You may hate your country police force for one reason or the other, especially for those non-whites who are living in United States and UK. That is very, very understandable. But after telling some of these things about Nigerian police, I believe your love, or the bar of love that you have for your country's police, will increase a little bit, and you will be so glad that your country's police force is not Nigerian police force. Before diving into the topic, I'd like to offer my apology for the background noise. You are hearing the generator noise in the background. Nigeria is a very, very noisy country. We have no reliable power supply, so we rely on AC generator to power our homes reliably. So I'm very, very sorry for that. Now, before I start today's things about Nigerian police, I'd like to tell you that once in a time, there used to be good news coming out of Nigerian police. Like, for example, in April this year, it was reported that some group of police officers that were stationed in our Festac area of Lagos State rejected 500,000 bribe that were given by some suspects who stole some construction materials from a Chinese company called China Construction Engineering Company. So when they were apprehended by those police officers, they offered them $1,200 bribe, and the police officers, they rejected them. That was an amazing coming from a Nigerian police. Every Nigerian commended them, every Nigerian. But I don't know how some of their colleagues will see that, but every now and then were given a lot of accolades. I'm very sure some of their benefits will also include our monetary gain, and that's very, very impressive. All right, now let's go into what we have. Number one, if a crime is committed in Nigeria, let's say the crime is committed, for example, a murder or stealing is committed in an environment, unlike what we have in advanced country where the police will come and tape off the environment. No, we don't have that. And if you are arrested, probably innocently, you are coming and you pass through the place and you are arrested by the police. Well, after taking you to the police station, if they find out that you are innocent, you know nothing about the crime, instead of you being released for free, you'll have to pay for bail. What I'm saying is that if you are wrongfully arrested by Nigerian police and you are taken to the police station, after it's been found that you are guilty, you are not guilty, you are innocent, you know nothing about the crime whatsoever, that you are wrongfully arrested, you still have to pay for bribes. Yes, you still have to pay. You still have to pay for bail. If you don't pay, you will not be released. Being innocent, you won't still be released. That's very funny. And number two is that when you are attacked at home, like for example, now you are at home now, somebody, a group of armed robbers, a gang of armed robbers attack you, there's no number to call. The only person you can call is your neighbor. There's no emergency number, there's nobody to call as an average Nigerian. But for those who are very, very rich living in Nigeria, many of them, they have the numbers of DPU. That's the department police officer, the head of a police station. The very rich one, they usually have their numbers so they can easily call them. But for average people like us, we have nobody to call. So that means that if I'm to be attacked by a gang of armed robbers and I see them coming, I have to send them. The only person I can call are the people in my area. If they don't pick call, I'm on my own. There's nothing I can do. That is how Nigerian situation is. Okay. All right. Number three. If you go to a Nigerian police station to report a case or a crime has been committed against you, you'll have to pay before the police officers will take the report. If you don't pay them, they won't take the report. Yes, you have to pay about 500 naira. That is about $1.2. You have to. If you don't pay, that means if you are broke and you have no money, you can't make your report in Nigerian police. Yes, typically Nigerian police will not accept your report. You don't have any money. You have to pay. They will tell you pay for biro and book. That is how it is. So many Nigerians, after a crime has happened to them, they don't see any reason for them to go and report. The only reason why a Nigerian will be forced to go and report is probably if any document like their ID card is missing, or it was part of thing that was stolen by the thieves. So they'll be forced to go and report to the police. Why? Because if their ID card is found in the scene of a crime, they will be arrested and will be charged for the crime. So that is why we used to report that. Aside from that, Nigerians, they don't bother to report any crime to the police. Because number one, you'll have to pay. And number two, they'll tell you, go, we'll do something about it. And sometimes when they come, that's how it goes to my number three. When you report a crime, and that crime demands that they come to where the crime is committed, you'll have to pay for their transportation. Yes, as an average Nigerian, you will pay for the transportation of the officers to where the crime is committed. Yes, you have to pay. It happened to a friend of mine, one of my friends. That he was facing a nuisance at home now. The boy was just disturbing him, it was causing a lot of problems. So he had to go to the police to report. He was given 2 police officers. Then they told him he had to pay for Okada fare. That if he doesn't have money, they won't go with him. So you need to have money if you want to go and call Nigerian police officers. And it's ridiculous. That's how we are living it. Number 4, every cab driver, every commercial bus driver in Nigeria pays bribe to Nigerian police. Yes, they pay bribe to Nigerian police. Initially about 15 or 20 years ago, they only collect those bribes from those who have one fault or the other. For example, if their document is expired and you're yet to collect a new one, or they are supposed to have a license, they don't have the driver license, they collect the bribe from us so that they won't be arrested. But now, either all your licenses, all your documents are completed or not, you'll have to pay the bribe. If not, you'll be disturbed, you'll be arrested, and you'll be delayed. That means you are not going to work for that day, and they'll be terrorizing you. That means that you have to be paying the bribe every day. Every cab driver, every commercial bus driver pays bribe to Nigerian police every day. There have been many efforts to rid the roads of Nigeria of illegal checking points where they collect money from commercial drivers, but it's never worked. They may leave the road for like a week or 3 days. They will surely come back there. But I think now, for the past 4 years now, they remain like that. It's like it has become part of us that we need to have police officers that will mount checking points and be collecting money. They'll be collecting bribe. There have been many cases where police officers have shot and killed drivers and passengers simply because they didn't pay them the money, or the driver or the conductor didn't give them the money on time. Many cases like that. There have been many cases like that. A lot of lives have been lost due to this bribe. And number 5, we have is that if, let's say, there's an accident, we have victims of the crime who were very, very injured. Before you can take them to hospital so that they can be treated, you are expected to go to the police station to get a report before they can be treated. Though the law, it was part of the law, though the law was changed about 2 years ago, 3 years ago. But according to some people that have fallen victim of that, they said that the police are still reacting like that. That if you take a victim of an accident to a police to a hospital, if the doctor treats the victim, the patient, that they will also be arrested. And once you are arrested, that means that you have to pay for your bill. If you don't pay, you won't be released. Yes, it may sound ridiculous, but it happens in Nigeria. That is why when there's an accident, don't be surprised. There's an auto accident in Nigerian roads, a lot of people will be afraid of helping the victim. It happens a lot. You see some people, they'll be down on Nigerian streets, dying. I've seen Nigerians passing by them, they'll be scared of assisting them. This is one of the reasons. And the second reason, which I'll give me the 6th one, is that if you are trying to assist somebody, now let's assume somebody collapses on the ground on the street, and you try to help them, and so consequently the person dies, you become the suspect. In fact, some people have gone to prison simply because of that. So don't be surprised if you see a person who is having a health issue on the street and Nigerians are not willing to help the person. It's as a result of all these things that have been done by Nigerian police force. I'm very sure by now you'll be thinking, oh my God, the police of my country are still far better than this. Of course, they are still very much better than Nigerian police, especially the European and the American police force. We need to remember that nothing is perfect, as we have a lot of atrocities being committed by many of the Nigerian police officers. We also have very good ones among them, like those that I talked about in the beginning of the video. We have those that they love the profession and they love human race. They are ready to protect their integrity and also the integrity of the police force. Though they are not many, they are very few, but we have those who are very good and diligent among Nigerian police force too. It is very rare to come across those people. When you come across them, you'll be very glad that you are a Nigerian. Yes, I've known people who have come across good, honest, hard-working Nigerian police, and they were very impressed. I know we have a lot of them. Most of them is perfect. Like in every country, there are flaws in their police system. We have flaws. We have bad eggs in our American police. We have bad eggs in our UK police. The only problem with Nigerian police force is that the system itself is faulty. A lot of things are wrong with the system. So even somebody who is in the middle, they're neither bad nor good. The system have a tendency to draw them towards the bad things. So that's what I see according to my analysis. But we have a lot of good Nigerian police officers, those that when you come across them, you will thank your luck that you come across such an honest, hardworking, and a person of high integrity. A lot of things are happening now. For those that will be thinking that, okay, there are so many reasons why you can defend Nigerian police force. Like for example, now they are funding, they are training, a lot of things. But we've seen a situation where Nigerian police men will do things that are outside any realm of excuse, that you can't think of any excuse to use to cover this. That's happened a lot simply because of money. We've seen in Nigerian police who got drunk. He got drunk and he started falling on the streets while holding his rifle, loaded. I'm talking about loaded rifle. Loaded rifle. He was holding it. He was drunk. It was just, it was the right thing. A muddy water right there on the street. Everybody was watching, but people couldn't touch him, because if you do that, you can be arrested, and you don't know what can happen to you if such thing happen. We've seen a case where a Frenchman came into Nigerian, and while being recorded, a police officer was asking the Frenchman to give him some money. When the police officer asked the Frenchman that, what are you doing here? The Frenchman explains. After that, was asking him, what do you have for us? Was asking the Frenchman, what do you have for us? Please give us something, give us some money so that we can eat. That's embarrassing. And we have few Nigerian police officers that will never do that. Yes, we have few of them that will never do that. But unfortunately, the larger percentage of them are like that, and they are those that are usually, known and being broadcast all over the world. That's just the shameful part of it. But I hope Nigerian police will change someday. But they can't change if the country remains the same. Alright, that's about it. If you have any question, please let me know in the comment section below. I'll surely answer your question. If you want to become my patron, the link will be in the screen of the video. Please, you can become my patron. Also, I now have Buy Me a Coffee. Yes, if you want to, donate any amount of money to me, just go to the link. Will also be on the screen of the video. So you go to Buy Me a Coffee, $1 coffee, 50-cent coffee, any amount that you want. So and it is fully appreciated. My patrons, thank you so much for supporting me. It really means the world to me. Without you, all this will not be possible. I'm extremely grateful to you guys. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you. I'm grateful to you guys, all of you, my patrons, from the oldest one to the newest ones. Thank you so much. I'm grateful. See you next time.